There's a reason the most unforgettable men remain etched in a woman's mind long after the connection fades. And it's not because they pretend to be something they're not or play childish games for attention. It's because they know how to hold themselves with quiet, unshakable composure, carrying a presence that lingers without needing to explain itself. These men understand the quiet, raw power of emotional restraint, and they don't reveal every layer of themselves simply because a woman is curious. They allow her to feel close enough to taste their energy, to sense the depth in their eyes, but never so close that she can fully predict their next move. They let her into their world, but never hand her the map, and this makes every interaction with them an experience, not a routine. Most men fail the moment they feel safe, the moment she says, "I like you," because that's when they drop the mystery, rush to overconfess, share every fear and story in a scramble to be fully seen. They text constantly, seeking reassurance and trying to stay relevant, hoping their vulnerability will secure her affection. But what they don't realize is that the mystery that once drew her in begins to evaporate the moment they become fully known. She starts pulling away, often confused by her own fading desire, not because he's a bad man, but because the intrigue that kept her heart racing has been replaced with predictability. Women crave emotional gravity, not constant access, and the man who understands this allows her imagination to do the heavy lifting, letting her mind wander in the silence between texts, in the pause before a reply, in the subtle unpredictability of his presence. This is not about being cold, but about being deliberate, about allowing her to chase a mystery that is real, layered, and worth the pursuit. Staying a mystery isn't about lying or playing games. It's about understanding the deep pull of controlled revelation. It's about revealing yourself piece by piece, letting her earn each fragment of your truth. Instead of throwing it all at her out of fear she'll leave if she doesn't know everything. Most men panic in the spaces between connection, the quiet moments when she doesn't text back immediately or seems distant. They rush to close that gap, flooding her phone with messages, desperate to remind her they exist. But what they fail to understand is that it's in that very gap where desire grows strongest. It's in the silence where her mind starts to spin, where her curiosity begins to bloom, where she starts replaying your conversations and searching for hidden meanings in your words and actions. A man who can hold his frame in that gap, who doesn't rush to over-explain, who doesn't fear the tension of uncertainty, is a man who remains unforgettable. You let her feel like she's getting close, but you never give her everything, and in that space, she begins to chase the connection with more intensity. Most men believe that if they talk enough, share enough, and reveal enough, they will build intimacy. But true intimacy is built through timing, through understanding that your words are not cheap and your stories are not tokens to buy her attention. You let her see you in layers, in moments that matter, when your energy and presence align with what you share. You allow her to see your strength, your calm, and your confidence without needing to announce them. You understand that your silence holds weight, that your absence can speak volumes, and that your unpredictability is not something to fix, but something to protect. Mystery is deeply tied to mission, because when your life revolves around a woman, you lose the edge that makes you compelling in the first place. The moment she becomes the center of your world, you become predictable, and predictability kills the spark that once made her feel alive around you. A man who is driven by purpose creates tension without trying because she senses he is moving towards something bigger than her attention, something she cannot fully touch or control. She starts to wonder where you are going, what you are building, and who you are becoming. That curiosity keeps her engaged in ways you can never replicate. by constant texting or oversharing your feelings. You are not absent from her life. You are in motion within your own. You are not hiding from her. You are evolving in your own lane, and she feels that shift in your energy every time she is near you. She sees it when you get lost in your craft, your workouts, your discipline, your vision for your life. And even though she is close to you, she can feel there is a part of you that she will never own. That part of you existed before her and will continue to exist, with or without her. This emotional independence becomes your most magnetic quality because it tells her that you are not seeking a woman to complete you, but inviting her into a world that is already complete. The high-value man knows that intimacy does not come from constantly performing vulnerability. It comes from carrying depth that is earned through presence, not performance. She can sense it in your calm silence, in the way you pause before you speak, in the way you return to your purpose after spending time with her, without needing her validation to feel alive. Emotional mastery is what separates a man who becomes a passing memory from a man who becomes an unshakable presence in a woman's mind. Most men crumble when they are tested. They react to every mood swing, every moment of distance, every subtle test she throws to see if he is as steady as he appears. They start explaining themselves, over-texting, chasing, seeking to soothe her discomfort so they can feel safe again, not realizing they are draining the mystery from the connection every time they give in to this emotional scrambling. The man who masters himself does not flinch when she pulls back. He does not chase when she becomes distant. He does not flood her with explanations when she questions his silence. He holds his ground with calm, allowing her to feel the depth of his presence without needing to broadcast every thought and fear. She feels close to him, but never fully inside his mind. She knows he loves her presence, but senses he is complete with or without her validation. She feels the warmth of his attention, but notices the absence of emotional neediness, and it intrigues her deeply. It's not coldness. It's controlled warmth. It's not distance. It's layered closeness that can't be fully decoded. She feels she knows him, then realizes she doesn't, and that moment is where desire becomes obsession. He is warm yet reserved, engaged yet elusive, vulnerable in rare moments yet never exposed fully for validation. This balance of warmth and mystery keeps her engaged long after the initial fire has burned. It is not through constant reassurance that he builds intimacy, but through revealing himself in deliberate, precise moments that align with his values, his purpose, and his calm energy, allowing her to earn layers of him she will forever want to keep discovering. In a world overflowing with noise and men desperate to be seen, the man who can remain still becomes unforgettable. Most men chase attention, overshare online, post constantly, and are always available, making themselves emotionally cheap without realizing it. But the man who knows how to appear selectively, who shares pieces of his life intentionally, who vanishes when he needs to focus on his mission, becomes rare, and rarity creates value in a woman's mind. She starts to notice how different he is when he's not flooding her with updates, not seeking constant validation, not rushing to fill every silence with words. She starts to lean in, to watch him closely, to listen carefully when he speaks, because she knows that every word carries weight, every gesture has intention, and every moment with him feels like it matters. He is present with her, but she senses that his world is bigger than her, that there are passions and ambitions inside him that have nothing to do with seeking her approval. She sees him devoted to his craft, deeply focused on his body, his discipline, his goals, and she feels the pull of his independence. He is not looking for her to complete him. He is already complete, And this is what makes him magnetic in her eyes. He does not need to prove himself, nor does he fear walking away if respect is lost, and that unspoken certainty creates psychological gravity that pulls her closer. She tries to decode him, studies his silences, looks for clues in his calm energy, and even when she thinks she understands him, he evolves, shifts, grows, revealing another layer of himself she had not seen before. This constant evolution keeps her engaged, craving him, realizing she will never fully possess him, and that is what makes him unforgettable.